Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. So now let's talk silver. Folks, we have a crazy video today. First, we're going to be covering what's going on with silver's price as it jumps near the $25 level on soft labor demand, as the US dollar also cracks further. And we have a second article we'll cover a little later on. This is the interesting one. It's talking about how Tanaka Precious Metals aims to establish a global recycling network to promote worldwide recycling of precious metals. It seems like more and more people are starting to understand how detrimental it would be if we don't start finding a way to keep up with this growing demand that seems impossible to reach, as we already had the largest silver supply deficit ever last year. 1.21 billion ounces we needed. That was the demand last year. 1.21 billion ounces of silver. We cannot reach that type of demand. And as we advance further in this new digital era, it's only going to get crazier. I mean, imagine by the year 2026, 2027, what the demand would look like, as every automobile company by the year 2030 will be electric, as, you know, we try to push these solar panels all over the world, as 5G towers flood the world. I mean, we're a new digital advanced era with AI and all this, and silver is going to be needed more and more and more. And it seems like people are trying to figure out solutions, whether that's mining innovation, but there's only so much silver in the Earth's crust, whether it's recycling, whether it's confiscating our silver, whether it's space mining, which is a real thing. Regardless, this is an interesting article as they try to promote it. It seems like they're trying to say, hey guys, we don't have much silver left. And actually, the video I covered a couple days ago showed the reality, the time frame of when we would literally run out of silver. We're not talking about next year, folks. We're not talking about APMEX not having silver. It's going to be out of... We're talking about something much bigger than that. A lot of people say, how come I can still buy silver on APMEX? Folks, it's when I talk about the silver shortage, when I talk about us running out of silver, we're talking about in 5 to 10 years trying to meet a demand when the LBMA, the COMEX and the LME, which are all the top 3 biggest exchanges for silver, already said all their vaults are empty, right, of silver. They publicly came out and said that. So regardless, it's going to be a great video. Make sure you guys subscribe, because I am doing a giveaway tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section what you want the prizes to be. We're talking about major prize. This isn't, I won $40, I won a couple ounces. We're talking about, tubes of Eagles, thousands of dollars, a 1 ounce gold coin, which is $2,000. I have a 1 ounce gold Britannia. I have 1 ounce gold Buffaloes. What do you want the prizes to be? Let me know. I don't know which direction I want to go. Maybe a tube of Eagles and some loose coins, like some older pandas, or what do you want? I would love for you guys to comment that down below. I also post daily videos giving you the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date recent information in the world of precious metals, more specifically silver. I also do a podcast called the Silver Stacking Podcast with Andy Sheckman on this channel. He's the CEO of Miles Franklin. If you guys don't know, that's the company that filled that $50 million order, the biggest purchase of silver ever. He filled that order in 2 days. Nobody else in the world would be able to cover an order that big. 900,000 ounces of Eagles, over 100,000 ounces in junk and gold. He filled that in 2 days. Andy Sheckman is by far the most well-connected person. He's the owner of that company. If you want to purchase from them, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know I sent you. It's a great company. Anyways, though, let's jump into this. Right now, silver jumps near $25 on soft labor demand as the U.S. dollar cracks further. So, silver price climbs near $25 as U.S. hiring momentum slows due to higher interest rates by the Fed. U.S. ADP reported fresh private employment additions in August, and that was 177,000, significantly lower than July's reading of 324,000. Silver's price is approaching the horizontal resistance plotted from the July 20th high around $25.27. So we are going to be hitting this resistance. There might be a little bit of a correction or a pullback, but that's nothing to worry about. We're never going to see the price just go up, 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 up. You don't want that. You don't want that because then it's going to go down, 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 down. Just like Bitcoin in like 2016 when it went from like $1,500 to $16,000 within like a couple of weeks. Then it dropped dramatically and took years to recover. It has to go up a little bit, down a little bit, up a little more, because then it builds that stability. It builds price stability. And that's what we need. Go up to 30 and then down to 26 and then up to 35 and then down to 30 and then up to 40 something. Once we break past that $50 resistance level, the sky's the limit. Regardless though, right now it's looking like silver is approaching that resistance. It might sit there. Maybe hold off and wait for that correction if you're looking at buying. For me, I'm not one of those people that it really doesn't matter if it's $25.27 or 20. I'm still gonna buy it, especially when you talk about premiums. I mean, who cares if, I don't know. That's just me personally. I'm not a coupon person. I'm not going to drive an extra 20 miles to save 3 cents on gas. That's just me personally. Some of you guys do that, but whatever floats your boat. Silver price resumes its upside journey and looks to recapture this psychological resistance at $25, right? The most important part about that sentence was the psychological resistance. Just like the other side, the support, right? Resistance is what it's trying to break above. Support is what it's trying to stay above. The most psychological level that I could think of when I talk about silver's price is 1, the $50 resistance, and 2, the $20 support. Just like at the store, if someone, at stores they'll mark something as $19.99 instead of $20 because just even 1 penny can make a big difference, because looking at $19.99 looks a lot cheaper than if it was priced at $20, even a 1 penny difference. It's psychology, right? And that's that $25 resistance psychological level, because that's what it's sat at so many times. If it breaks above that, people are saying, oh, okay, silver's doing something, right? In early New York, and that's in the early New York session, the white metal strengthens as the United States Automatic Data Processing, or the ADP, reported fresh private employment additions in August, which were 177,000, significantly lower than July's reading of 324,000, and investors projected 195,000 new private payrolls. The U.S. dollar index, which is very well correlated or directly negative correlated with silver's price, extended its downside to near 103, as soft labor demand could allow the Federal Reserve to keep interest rates steady for the entire year. Federal Chairman Jerome Powell at the Jackson Hole Symposium, that further policy action, or he says that further policy action will remain data dependent. He further added that inflation is getting responsive to the labor market. U.S. firms have slowed down their hiring momentum due to the deteriorating demand environment. Also, firms are underutilizing their entire operating capacity, which reduces demand for fresh payrolls. On Tuesday, JOLTS job openings data also remained weaker than expectations. Employers invited applications for 8.827 million vacancies against 9.165 million job openings in June. Meanwhile, the S&P is expected to open on a flat note following cues from overnight futures. The 10-year U.S. Treasury yields dropped further to near 4.10% as investors hope that interest rates by the Fed are peaked for now. So I'm not going to go too much into the technical analysis, you guys. I always post the links to these articles in the description. But right now it's just showing that silver is on an upward trajectory. It's definitely looking like it's, we were seeing it down to $22. We were talking about possibly breaking below $20 when it was down here, but it held its ground as it did before, right? And it's looking like that was in July, and you could see why we talk about this psychological level, because if it were to break below that, especially since we were there before and there was support there, it would have shot probably down to like 15. I'm not even exaggerating when we talk about that, because a lot of people would be panic selling off, switching to Bitcoin or even gold or stocks, and it's just bad news, and that's where a lot of people lose money, and that's why silver is so dangerous. It's very volatile. It's like gold on steroids. So, anyways, and the whole point of me saying gold on steroids is because steroids, while you're taking it, you get buff, but when you stop taking it, look what happens, right? So, anyways, let's go to this second article. Tanaka Precious Metals aims to establish global recycling network to promote. That's the key word, promote worldwide recycling of precious metals. It's not even just about what they're doing. They're trying to tell everyone else, yo, we got to start figuring out a solution fast because we are running out of precious metals. More specifically, silver, I would say, is the most scarce, but it's definitely something that, you know, it's not just silver, but silver is definitely the one that is the most scarce and has the most uses. Gold is recycled and scrapped, so gold stays in circulation a lot longer. But anyways, I thought this was pretty interesting that they're trying to use this more of a campaign, this project, to spread the word as well. So Tanaka, which develops industrial precious metals products as one of the core companies, announced today that it is promoting business strategies in each country with the aim of establishing a global recycling network to promote the widespread recycling of precious metals. Tanaka will encourage the recycling of precious metals in each country at its main recovering and refining bases. That is very interesting. Each country, it seems like they are serious about this. As you know, it's very interesting, folks. I hope they go into, more specifically what precious metals they are concerned with. But if you look at those like lithium mine, I don't know if you've ever seen those mining sites with like kids working and they're making like pennies a day working in terrible conditions. It is disgusting. Especially since we need like lithium ion batteries or silver lithium ion batteries, another use for silver. It's there has to be some type of solution to this. Tanaka will encourage the recycling of precious metals in each country at its main recovering refining bases. As part of its expansion, I'm not even going to try to say that word, but this company, which is affiliate company in China, will establish a new company. And this is in the Sichuan province in China, which will begin full-scale operations in the summer of 2024 or later. This new company will manufacture precious metals compounds for various catalysts, and plating will also recover and refine precious metals from production scrap and used catalysts by introducing Tanaka's precious metal recycling technology. So it's not only promoting, but it's looking like they have this new technology to recycle. And that's what I've talked about, like mining innovation or learning how to scrap silver and these other metals out of these solar panels and laptops that are thrown away in landfills, never to be recycled or re-scrapped or reused like gold is. You just sell it to your pawn shop or your coin shop, or and it gets remelted, because gold is mainly used for jewelry and coins and bars, so it's just remelted, stays in circulation. Silver is more of an industrial metal, so it's thrown away, never to be recycled, so it has a very short half-life. So of the approximately 5 billion yen invested in the establishment of Yan, it will invest 40%. So production scrap includes metal fragment scraps and waste generated during manufacturing process. It's looking like they have a main plant in Europe, China. They're also hitting Japan and Asia, and then North America. Background of precious metals recycling businesses. And actually, I want to go back up here because there's several places over here as well. As you can see, Hoku, it's looking like this is a very big project. I don't know how much 5 billion yen is to USD, but it looks like a big project. So, background of precious metals recycling business development in China. Unlike in any other countries and regions, precious metals business in China should ideally be completely integrated with the recovery and refining of precious metals and the manufacture of industrial precious metals products. Until now, cooperation between Tanaka has allowed for limited integration, but some recoverable precious metals are still not being recovered. This new company will introduce the recycling process that Tanaka has cultivated over many years in the precious metals business in Japan to establish a system capable of recovering precious metals that have not been recovered up to now. Through the new company, Tanaka will establish a one-stop precious metal recycling scheme that can be completely integrated within China, further developing its precious metals recycling business. Tanaka will contribute to sustainability by effectively utilizing limited precious metals resources in various businesses. Tanaka also believes that precious metals recycling will help reduce the use of mined precious metals in industrial products, thereby helping to reduce environmental impact. So, this is one of the sites. It's huge. I'm curious what this technology is. I remember making a video a couple months ago where scientists figured out a way to like take silver or convert something to do with like and we're talking about like science where they were able to figure out a way to get silver out of laptops and cell phones with like some type of like liquid or something. It was really weird. I know that's in the early stages. This seems like it's a completely different type of way, a different project, but it seems like nowadays, because before, and I say it like this, and this is why these types of articles interest me, because I've been talking about the ever growing silver shortage crisis for years now, and an article like this would never come out back when I started talking about it, or David Morgan or Andy Sheckman, or all these people that do talk about the shortage of silver. These articles never came out, but it seems like nowadays it's becoming a lot more mainstream, and even as this company is promoting it further, it seems like people and even scientists are starting to realize, like we have a huge problem that is starting to hit us as we advance in this new digital technological era. So this is just talking about what the company's about. I'll link this article in the description as well. But yeah, that's where we're at with that situation. I'm curious. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think of silver? What we would need by like the year 2030? I don't know. It depends how effective this is. I don't think it will. Since we're talking about so many different uses for silver, it really does depend. Maybe for something else like gold, because I've looked at when time frames of when we would run out of each precious metal. Gold is several decades farther than silver, not like 20-30 years out beyond silver. Silver's like 20-30. They're talking about just solar panels alone, we would run out by the year 2050. That's not even including EVs and 5G towers. So silver's around 2030. I think gold, they said, is like 2050. But regardless, they have to figure out something soon. Yes, we make a pretty penny, but at what cost when we're trying to fix this green energy for global warming and climate change, So, morally, it's kind of sucks. But for someone investing in the silver, you'll make a pretty penny. So we're in it's kind of weird, but regardless, silver makes the most sense. I wish they would have said which precious metals they're focusing on. It seems like just all, but I'm sure they have main ones in mind. Just like like mining, they focus on gold, lead, and zinc. Silver's a byproduct. They find silver by accident because silver's 79 times cheaper than gold. It makes much more sense to look for gold. And silver's pretty scarce. It's the out of ground ratio is 8-1, but that's only because they're looking for gold, right? So they're not even looking for silver. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Make sure you subscribe. I post daily videos. Check out my recent videos. I posted some great stuff. Donald Trump buying silver, all types of stuff. I know you're gonna like it. Make sure you stay tuned, because tomorrow I will be making the entry video, probably tomorrow, if not 100% the next day, but I'm going to aim for tomorrow. Depends what's going on, but in the next day or two, you will have a chance to enter to win either tubes of eagles and loose coins, or 1 ounce gold coins. Also, let me know what you would want to see. Remember, I don't know which I'm going to be giving away first for this giveaway. I don't know if I'll give away a 1 ounce gold coin, maybe a couple loose things, or tubes of eagles, or all loose coins. I'm going to go off what you guys want, so let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.